Hello, and welcome back to yet another... Actually, that's not true, because this isn't late night. This just is a regular evening. Regular evening live stream. Why am I streaming so early, you might ask yourself. Well, I felt like it. And also I have a flight early tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up too late doing streaming. So we're doing it now. Yes, that flight is for my winter break. Your boy just finished his finals for this semester of dental school. Really busy stuff. But we're done. I get to relax for a little bit. I'll be gone for like 3 weeks. Break's not that long. So, better not miss me too much. Anyway, I hope we can finish this game today. We're at the very end of the last trial. Well, nearing the end. We'll ignore the DLC for now. Pretend it doesn't exist. We're in the middle of hearing Amara's testimony, who appeared out of suddenly nowhere, and it turns out she's the big bad. They bamboozled us. You know, Ace Attorney is so unsubtle of a series that when Garon kind of like showed up, became prosecutor, and then like unveiled her villain outfit, I was like, okay, she's the one, obviously. You know? But, wow, they got me. Can't say I could have predicted this. Let's hear what she has to say. Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Faye. Now, let us end this charade. For the eternal glory of Khurain and its people. Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There is no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theories are but a pillar of salt that crumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. The defense may proceed with its cross-examination. Alright, you're just gonna chill there with all your, animals? You have no proof. I have 1 life left.
Hold it!
Convincing others is all part of a lawyer's trade, so I'll take that as a compliment. You would, wouldn't you? I suppose you have deceived countless souls with your lies. But I should not be surprised, considering you learned from him. Him? You mean Dirk, right? Yes, the man who deceived and seduced me. A grand priestess with a silver tongue. We are still talking about the case, right? Surely you have heard of a lady falling for the wrong man before. But to think that I, of all people, would fall under that devil's spell. Wow, how did they even get together in the first place, let alone procreate? I struggle to imagine. I mean, surely she wasn't the same person then. She seemed so much more normal, at least in her picture. Something changed, I'm sure. I would advise all here today to beware of this lawyer Silvertongue, lest you too be unjustly painted as a criminal as I have been. Cause like, if Amara is the same now as she was then, Dirk, I don't know what you saw in her.
Hold it!
Other than a pretty face. I admit I don't have any solid evidence yet. You're the only one who could have committed the crime. What on earth do you mean? Including Miss Faye, there are only 3 spirit mediums in Kurain. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Queen Garung, Chi, was with me and Mr. Wright, while Miss Faye was tied up in the tomb. So we have Justice, Wright, Garon, Maya, Dirk. I feel like it's weird that they use last initials for some people and first initials for other people. That means that the Dirk we saw after the minister's murder could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara. Insolent lawyer. Forgive us, your mercifulness. Really, Your Majesty?
Objection!
Ah, but have you considered the following defense? What if there was, unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Kurain? Okay, what's your proof?
Objection!
Oh, come on. What are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer, which is why you have had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. It therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't. Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. Which one can I actually prove? Prove she killed Inga or prove she was in the tomb? What do we have that we haven't used before? We have this. This is Amara's. It's not Dirk's, because Dirk has his other half. His matching pendant. Prove she was in the tomb. I can prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred. It seems you are ever bent on painting me as the killer. Well, the shoe fits. Very well, let us see some evidence that proves I was at the scene of the crime. You do have some, do you not? Should I just press it here? Or prove it here? I'm gonna press everything first. By simply changing into Dirk's clothes and channeling his spirit, it is a fact that the killer altered the crime scene. How very perceptive of you. In trying to accomplish everything, the killer would have been pressed for time. And may have committed an error that could prove crucial to this case. Sometimes the significance of certain pieces of evidence can change in the face of new facts and circumstances. Why don't you take another look at all the evidence we have? Think I'll see something in a new light? Is there anything from the tomb that's taken on a different meaning now? The only way to find out is to reconsider each piece based on our current understanding. Yes, so what they're trying to say here is that now that we have this photo of Dirk's corpse with the pendant that's blue, can recontextualize this as not Dirk's, but as Amara's.
Hold it!
You're saying that the Dirk who entered the tomb is the one who killed Minister Inga? I am. I stand firm with the prosecution's original charge against the accused. The only issue is whether that Dirk was alive or dead. That's a pretty major issue. Oh, I beg to differ. For here in Korean, death is not the end. It is merely a change in one's address. But the Twilight Realm is only the next door over. Okay, Sphene. Is it really? It is for those who have only recently passed away, may call upon you in the night. Such occurrences are quite common in our kingdom. She's kidding, right? In all the time I've spent here, I'm happy to say it's never happened to me. Me neither. You need not fear death. Embrace it, along with your guilt, and may you begin your journey to the Twilight Realm. I'll send you to the fucking Shadow Realm, lady.
Hold it!
Eternal glory. Once the king of traitors has been judged, and the rebellion quelled for good, peace and prosperity shall return to our fair kingdom. Then shall the blessings of the Holy Mother usher in an age of eternal glory. Queen Amara is the Grand Priestess of Kurain once more. People would be freed from subversive elements. Faith would blossom anew. Oh, you are too kind. But I have no intention of resuming my position as Grand Priestess. What is her plan here? I mean, she's been Nana for so long, letting Garon be queen. I relinquished my position as queen and Grand Priestess to my sister Garon. And now that my would-be assassin is gone, I am truly free at last. Oh, perhaps I shall take a trip, or expand my horizons with new training. Queen Amara? Looks like she's totally over being Grand Priestess and Queen. Ha 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 ha. In that case, I shall introduce you to some wonderful classes I am taking. Amara channeled Dirk. She must have been at the scene of the crime. If she succeeds here, yeah, I wonder what's her plan, if not being queen. Perhaps she wants to take over the world or something. After all, the Founder's Orb gives lots of power. And if Garon's not using it, it's gotta be Amara, right? If so, she may have left something behind. Okay, now they're really making it obvious. Well, if nothing else, you can always try to get her to testify about something else. Alright. Well, what do you say about this, Amara?
Objection!
Queen Amara? Does this pendant look familiar to you? Why, that is... We found it in the tomb, and it has the minister's blood on it, which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection!
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. Did that not belong to the accused? That's what I thought too. After all, Dirk had said it did himself. He said that. Yes, but it was a lie. Because I believe he was covering for someone. Covering? How? For who? There's a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dirk's. It's this.
Take that!
That's a photo of the accused body, is it not? Yes, it is. And I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot in it. I have to point it out myself. Alright, fine.
Take that!
You'll notice an object near Dirk's left arm. It's an identical pendant, except it's blue. And Amara's gonna be like, how could you do this, Dirk? I killed you. You still love me? And then she's gonna break down in tears as she gets sent to the slammer. Oh, now that you mention it. Don't you find that a little strange? Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair. A pair? If the blue pendant was Dirk's, what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to? The thumb twiddle and sweat.
Objection!
That's a good one. Sorry to disappoint, but no fingerprints are found on the pink pendant. Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs.
Objection!
Wait, there is a fingerprint. You're just lying, bro. Ah, but that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmati. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket. Come again? Now this is where it gets interesting. When we open this locket up, we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid to be exact. What? No. So now the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong? Care to present your hand, Amara? Queen Amara? It belongs to you, doesn't it? Oh. Seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around. This cannot be. Mother, tell me it does not belong to you. Nayuda, Is she gonna go crazy mode or is she gonna break down? Think about it, Queen Amara. Dirk must have realized that you were channeling his spirit, and he had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him. Wanted to protect his wife. But why would he do such a thing? You really don't know? He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath, and beyond. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. Dirk knew everything, even that he was being used. Yeah, Dirk was just a pawn in this. He got strays, man. I suppose now that I think about it, Amara might not really be the big bad, you know? Like, Inga was, from the start, probably the worst person of the group, you know? But he died. It's hard to say whether or not Garon was pulling his strings, but, I mean, Inga wanted a coup. And if Inga were to take over, I'm sure it would be much worse than whatever Garon had. Not that Garon is any better. Garon kind of embraced the whole no lawyers thing, you know? Wasn't Garon the one who also passed the DCA? Okay, yeah, she's a piece of shit too. Honestly, all three of them are kind of bad. Amara kind of let it happen. Amara was just like chilling. Letting her country go to shit. No one's innocent. Except Dirk. Dirk did nothing wrong. But he kept quiet, all for your sake. Dirk, why do you always... Well, Queen Amara, Dirk, the one whose love for you never wavered at all these years. Are you going to betray him now? Dirk? Like I said, in tears. This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess your crime? I can deny it no longer. The truth is, it was I, Amara Sigatar Kurayan, who slew Minister Inga. I mean, technically, if Inga was a proven traitor to the state, maybe you could be pardoned, you know? And Inga was the one who was guilty in the murder of Dirk anyway. So... Amara? All things considered, I think you did everyone a service killing Inga. Preposterous. Why? Her eyes are finally open. This is beyond belief. Mother, why would you... Forgive me, Nayuda. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was the only way. The only way? So, in the end, Queen Amara and Dirk Sadmati. I suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive. I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that. They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak. Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime, so why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it would come back to haunt you. I do not really understand it myself. I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband. Yet I could not bear any hatred toward him. I was unable to discard this or part with it for even a short time. You know, we still have to, like, prove that Dirk wasn't the assassin all those years ago. 23 years ago, right? Because Amara still believes Dirk was the killer back then. Or attempted murderer. As with Dirk, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years. Mother. So she really believes it? Dirk tried to assassinate her? Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Dirk innocent? I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm.
Very well then. Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sadmati, if you have no further objections.
This cannot be. My mother? I have no objections. Oh, Garon's taking this well. Dirk, I did it. I finally did it. I prove your innocence. Well, half of it. But...
Very well then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with an assassination that never came to fruition. As for the minister of... I cannot talk. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Dirk Sadmati.
Wait, is he innocent for the attempted murder then? He said the assassination never happened, but you could still be charged with attempted assassination, right? And Amara still believes that Dirk was the one. Oh shit, Rafa. Your benevolence? I cannot accept this.
Is something the matter, Your Benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. What makes no sense? It makes perfect sense. Amara confessed. What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nena? Rafa. Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father? Yes, there is no mistake.
She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue these proceedings.
But Barbed Head, Hornhead, are you going to let this stand? Drake's been proven innocent, and he's about to be declared not guilty. Even so, something doesn't feel right. Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is a place for finding the whole truth. But it's all up to you. Wait, there are things that don't add up? Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought to light yet? Should I push to continue this trial? I mean, kind of have to, right? I wonder where they're taking this, but if it were me, I would be like, oh, it's all good, you know? But I guess there's more to it. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth. And the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial. Hornhead!
Very well then. Will the defense please tell us this? What important fact about this case is yet to come to light?
The murder method, the motive. Amara's married life. Motive, right? I mean, to me the motive is intuitive, right? Inga was playing a coup, so Amara came to end it before it even happened. Queen Amara? There's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga? That is a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karkul Kurain. To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. Further tragedy? Over the past several years, Minister Inga has been rapidly expanding his power. He had established the secret police and was relentless in the pursuit of the insurgents. He had even the overwhelming support of the people, but he was still not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat. You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya Fey's abduction? Yes. Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to great spiritual power, after which he would assassinate Garon and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago. And as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling. And Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage away from prying eyes. I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity, so at 2 p.m. during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. Oh? My bracelet? Wait, this animation is new. I've noticed this one before. Apollo. Yep. Seems this trial is far from over. So did she not kill him? I feel like the bracelet would have reacted earlier. Because she did say that she was the one who killed him multiple times before this. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, let's start with that last statement you made. If I must. Supervision activate. Okay, we have little taps here. Look at her eye. This is happening all the time. Okay, now it stops. So it's at 2 p.m. during the Wright of channeling. Let's perceive.
Gotcha!
Queen Amara, you're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock Rite of channeling, are you? I can tell because the finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did. Oh. And that pose you make. Is there something about your chest that makes you nervous? Whatever do you mean? Are you covering a wound? The murder occurred at 2 p.m. And I'm pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at that time. So, why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the Wright? It's okay, Amara, they're plenty big. Medium is premium. The Rite of channeling. Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the Rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection!
Such insolence! I would have the perpetrator's name at once. Sorry, no can do. You see, I just happened to find it on the ground, so... You take me for a fool. How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later, because right now... There's something much more pressing at hand. Is there? I didn't really notice too much about the picture when I first looked at it. It's supposed to be Garon, right? I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see in it than darkness and more darkness. We might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Oh, we can just do that now? I've never done that before. Let's ask Emma if we can help. Emma, enhance. Bailiff, please summon Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice. Here you are. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. Oh. There you go. What's that right there? An injury? No, wait. I think it's a burn scar. Wait a second. Your Eminence. Okay, so... Now all signs point to Amara being at the channeling right at 2 p.m. So then who was the one in the damn tomb? Was it Garon? But why would Garon bring the pendant with her, if that's Amara's? Okay, the zoom in on the boobs. They look good. Your Eminence. You don't have a burn scar like that on your boobs. How convenient that your cleavage is open for all to see. What's going on here? If the person in this photo isn't Queen Garon, then who is it? Well, it's Amara.
Take that!
Queen Amara. The person in this photo isn't Queen Garon. It's you. Posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Yeah, they have the same, face markings too. They're similar. Amara's are a little longer. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same. And you are both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garon. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Show Bobs. Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. Oh, wow, you're burning the whole thing? What a way to reveal royal cleavage. Eek! Look. 2 boob zoom-ins. This game's great.
I don't understand.
I knew it. So the person in this photo really is... Yes, it's Queen Amara.
This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switch places?
Amara's confession earlier was also false. Was Garon this whole time? Mother, what is the meaning of this? Is Amara trying to save Garon's skin? Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place.
What? That would mean Queen Amara couldn't possibly committed this crime.
Okay, yeah, so the only other channelers we know are Garon and Maya, so it had to have been not Maya, it had to have been Garon. So she is the main villain. They like triple bamboozled us. What the fuck? So her her villain-ass design wasn't a diversion? Well, it was a diversion at first. It was a double diversion. They really weren't subtle about it. I should have trusted my instincts. Exactly, she now has an ironclad alibi. So Minister Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara.
I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and the accused to the stage of the crime?
Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. And Dirk could have only been there in the tomb if she were channeling him. Which means... he was killed earlier? Well, Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime. She didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is someone else. Ah, okay. Kuka! What's going on here? Is there mercifulness coming for someone?
If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is it?
Isn't it obvious? Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garon wasn't going to perform it? An accomplice. Who was behind the two sisters switching places, and for what reason? The answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterate a certain someone else's alibi. Yep.
Take that!
How convenient for us.
Boy, is that some sort of joke?
No, Your Majesty. I could never joke about something so grave. The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garon Sigatar Kurain. Queen Amara, didn't your sister Queen Garon ask you to pose as her and perform the rite of channeling? And didn't she also have you drive Dirk's spirit from Miss Faye's body, and then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? You willing to take the fall for your sister? Your obviously evil sister? And at 2 p.m. while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garon. Didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dirk? Well, your mercifulness. It's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth, now. Mother? Just as Minister Inga's true killer is... Oh shit. What the fuck? Mother? No. I really did it. Your Eminence, my life is yours. Isn't he one of Garon's royal guards? Holy shit. Man, that's a first. Fucking shot in the middle of trial. Garon seems unfazed.
Queen Amara! Arrest that guardsman.
Mother! Garon couldn't have. Could she?
Someone call for an ambulance, quickly now.
To be continued. There's no way she's dead, is she? Poor Nayuta, man. Both mom and dad. I don't think he deserves that. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. Okay, well, she's not dead yet. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Garon put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Your mom's a bitch, Rafa. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence. Any news on her condition? She's undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They are giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. At Garon, justice will be served. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, is she your real mom? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Hornhead? Dirk Sadmati was your father and all, but blood after all. Thank you for your concern and your benevolence, but I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead. You are sturdier than your stature lets on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? Oh, poor Dots. Dirk. It was a real shocker, all right. Can't believe the dragon is dead. Dots. Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him. That's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was part of Garon or Amara's plan. Man, my dream of revolution. Now what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garon is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court. Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. On a day's work. Ugh, who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. This is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The Honorable Rebel Dirk said Mahdi. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? Why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man. Did she bump her head or something earlier? Maybe that's because he's your real dad, maybe?
Trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the court at once.
Already? After what just happened? The first thing Garen will do is respond to that last accusation. So you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Whether or not, Garen, here comes justice. All right. Final act. It has to be.
Now then, let us resume today's proceedings.
So what is it now, huh? Where's Nayuda? I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. I'm sure Nayuda's at the hospital or something. What? He wasn't acting under your orders?
How dare you cast suspicions upon Her Eminence?
It is quite all right, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility.
A new possibility, you say?
Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me.
What?
Bailiff, call the witness to the stand.
The real killer confessed?
She got up her sleeve this time. That's not Maya, is it? I have to say Maya again. I have a really bad feeling about this. I mean, who else could it be? She's the only other spirit medium we know. That's not Maya. Who the hell are you? Oh, shit. What? Are we trying to prove that you're a spirit medium? Actually, no. He's the one who confessed? The one who murdered simply had to dress up as Dirk and wear like a wig or something, you know? Oh my god, now I have to save your skin now?
Prosecutor said, Mahdi, you're the real killer?
I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Nayuda, you didn't really do it, did you? Probably threatened Amara's life. I mean, makes sense considering that Garen can do that with her guards, order them to shoot whenever. Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga.
Nayuda!
Oh, really? You gonna buy this? Come on, people, open your eyes.
Peace. Prosecutor said, Mahdi, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed.
Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. At last, the real killer has been revealed. How are we supposed to respond to this? Nayuda, retract your confession. Now. Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it. It was Queen Garen who put you up to this. She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she?
Up to them!
You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Garon got to him somehow. Definitely didn't see this coming. Naruto, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garon's bidding?
Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Samadhi, your testimony, please.
Nayuda's confession. I could not remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of Kurain. I consider it divine judgment cast upon a fiend who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I'm ashamed I let her go so far for my sake. You do understand what you're doing right now, Yuta. You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. I must obey the law above all else. The law, Nayuta? Or the queen?
Objection!
Enough! This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony.
Please address any issues you may have during the cross-examination, defense.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna blow this problematic testimony to smithereens. Once again, the prosecutor is the true villain. Or the last prosecutor, rather.
Hold it!
You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer? Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the queen herself. Prosecutor Samadhi had placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He is taking responsibility for his crime and is showing his loyalty to queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, Korea would be plunged into chaos. I could never wish that upon my homeland. I don't know. I don't think monarchy is a necessity for any country. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney. I'm gonna ask you again, Naida. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes, no matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice. The truth is immutable. But you're not speaking it, sir.
Hold it!
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There's no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Naida? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that or we'll have to force a retraction out by appealing to what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way.
Prosecutor Samadhi, what was the motive for your crime?
I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga.
Hold it!
I had to die for the future of Korea. Did you know about his plan? What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the queen? Long have we remained independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power we commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, a kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the desired to struck. As sporadic as that was, it was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim. It's hard to press a statement like that.
Hold it!
Maybe we have to prove that you didn't know. Divine judgment. Yes, I rendered judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Minister. Oh, the Holy Mother. Are you saying that the Holy Mother got at you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of the circumstances. As such, I believe my defiled soul will be damned to hell. But I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrificed my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Snap out of it already, Nayuda. So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does it sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged the crime. Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Naida, could it be you? Didn't know Naina's real identity. You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother. That is not as strange as you might think. Much time had passed since we last met, after all. Right. 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her after the supposed assassination attempt? No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Naida, please add that last statement to your testimony. Reunited with your mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her. Hmm. "23 years ago. Has to be this picture, right? Dirk abducted her, and then she had a kid.
Objection!
You're saying that Dirk made off with Queen Amara 15 years ago. That's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact that it was 15 years ago. Ah. So here's where the third secret child comes in. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that? He did, but if we take what he said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old? It's the baby.
Take that!
Naida, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case. Wait a second, how old is Rafa? 15? 14. Close enough. But I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you. Doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? definitely sweating bullets over there. Over something. Apollo, this baby isn't Nayuta. Wait, you don't think Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? Oh, Nayuta knows. Just what if that child were being held hostage? Nayuta, that's why you obey Queen Garon's every command. Not because of Amara, but because of your sister. Oh my god. You presume too much. Ah, and that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well. To protect this other child. A child born 15 years ago. They would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old by now. Who could it be? This is just a guess. But I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. I knew it. All those strange statements she kept making. Now they all make sense. Prosecutor Samadi, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Benevolence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me? From where did you hear such a thing? From Mother, and only yesterday. Raifa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people, so I told her. I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. I cannot accept this.
Something the matter, Your Benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why? Why did this happen? Oh, just as we were finally reunited. Queen Amara. Now I see, Nayuta, why you do what you're told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was... Mr. Justice, I believe I know what you are about to say. But I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as a child of terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor. The reason why you fear for your sibling's reputation. Wait, I have something like that? Is it this? Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty? Or is it this? The idea that the sins of the father are visited upon his children is deeply rooted in the minds of the Kuranese people. As the son of the terrorist Dirk, Nayuta was expelled from the royal family. I think it's this. It's gotta be.
Take that!
And that is... file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. Sins of the father are visited upon his children. Yeah, that's very... I thought that was like a very random statement to add in there, but makes sense now. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garon, but at some point, you came to serve the very regime you despised, and that was because the Queen found this chink in your armor. And that's how she came to use your sister against you. Nayuda, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You're an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say it's malarkey. Don't you even care about what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Bro, you are a dragon. Embrace revolution, Nayuda. Embrace change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Korean until the day Rafa succeeds me, for that is what is best for a kingdom. Yeah, and then a few years later, oh no, Rafa died in an accident. How terrible. Looks like Garon has to continue ruling until she gives birth to the next heir. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this in exchange for your life. The child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. I wouldn't believe her. Not someone dressed like that. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence. Nayuda, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another, killing any hope you held for the future. No. The Nayuda I knew would never let himself be turned into this. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
Yeah, tell him. You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuda, but I know that deep down, there's still hope in your heart. Oh, my mother preserve me. It's the kind of hope that preserves through the most desperate of times, and it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet. What do we have? Ah, Nayuda never confiscated it. When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all his possessions as potential evidence, all except this. Did he take your attorney's badge too?
No, I thought it strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind.
So tell me, Nayuda, why didn't you take this badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk. Do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right?
Oh, this badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath.
The dragon never yields, right?
Exactly. Nayuda, Apollo, I vow to restore Korean's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny.
You may say you've given up. But that's not how it really is it? You never gave up. And you never will because you still believe that all the wrongs will be righted someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know. Until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did on that day.
On the river. Nauta, Apollo! Hold on, I'm coming. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Nauta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand?
Someday, he would come and free our family from chains of the past. Perhaps deep down. That is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Nauta, I knew you. However, it was all but a dream, and now that dream has died. Murdered, along with Dirk. So now, as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But...
Such insolence!
You've wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of desperate floundering, the immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Now, watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will.
Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
No, wait a second. What do I do?
Does the defense wish to raise an objection?
There's got to be some way to save Nauta. Apollo, it all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of the criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, Wright, Nauta, and Rafa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. Wait, the picture! And he died! Oh, I was like, if Amara didn't die, then who are we gonna, like, do a seance on? Because I thought, like, oh, maybe we can do a seance for 23 years ago, because, you know, there's nothing saying that we can't do one from that long ago. We have someone who died. We have their name and face and everything. He must have secretly planted somebody to topple Garon with somewhere. How poetic. It's Apollo's father. Take another look at the evidence. Just might find what we need to break out of the situation with him there. Got it.
The defense is done stalling for time. I shall now render my verdict.
No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share.
You do? Well, we had intended to deliberate that case in the court at this trial.
Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here?
Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago?
Take that!
Photograph? Look at this photograph. Yes. Do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago?
How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes.
Well, about that. The truth is, He was my biological father. Oh? What? Why, of course. With his photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Kurain, we can witness the final memories of the dead. What utter nonsense! Okay, this is pretty damn cool. There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. And that's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did? Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, he'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time. The events of 23 years ago, 23 years past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
Wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So, we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we?
As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance.
We're also getting our father's killer. Both our father's killers. Are two different fathers. This is very poetic. Why would you? Your benevolence? If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course. Leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. All right.
Now, Your Benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
Are they going to do the whole dance again?
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me.
I swear, Garon's gonna like call her goons to shoot her during the dance or something.
So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay, let's get on with this. Rafe is safe. No gunshots. Burning heat. Crying. Baby. That's Mara. Pain. How did you die? It's a hand. A lighter. Huh. So that's Apollo as a baby, right? It has to be. If Jove is the one holding him. But that seance shows that he didn't die by burning. It was a sharp pain that killed him.
The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success.
So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Yeah, I'm like your brother, you know. You can call me Apollo. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the Sans vision. Rafe's insight. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly, he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? This is pretty sick. Alright. Knocked out by the assassin. Pain. Okay, sure. So there's a mirror in the background. Someone's hand. Wearing a glove. So that could easily be someone wearing a glove with Dirk's like fingerprints on it, you know? Very conveniently placed mirror. Yeah, okay. So I think we have to select the glove. Oh, duh. Obviously, if anyone could have planted the fingerprinted things there. It's not a glove with fingerprints on it. The lighter already had fingerprints on it, and the glove just protected it from getting more fingerprints on it.
Objection!
There we go. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, the hand holding the lighter in the Sans vision appears to be gloved. Ah, I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we could make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Rafa, enhance. Do some resolution upscaling. Perhaps that will help refine the Sans vision. Rafa used Waifu 2X. It does seem that there was a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the only one who used the lighter.
Objection!
Just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems I must revise my insights. Someone had put his prints on the lighter after the fact, then we know not to whom it belongs. Okay, she updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are new inconsistencies. We have to go to the new statement, right? It has to be the one that's off. Is there any way to know? Burning, crying heat. That's Amara for sure. Pain. Freeze frame. Gloved hand. What is that on your sleeve? I can see your clothes now. I think maybe the clothes could be a tell. Let's try that. It doesn't look like what Dirk normally wears. Oh, it's sight right there.
Objection!
Looks like I got it. Wait, then that means the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around the wrist gives their true identity away. Wait, it does? Ah! That design! It can't be. This will prove whose hand was captured in the seance vision. Oh shit! It was Inga! This whole time.
Take that!
That photo! So you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cups of justice, correct? Yes, I hear they're a traditional part of Kurene's Justice Minister's attire. Wait, but Inga wasn't Justice Minister at the time, so it was Garon.
But what does this tell us?
It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Kurene's late Minister of Justice. Inga Karkul Kurain. No, not my father.
So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one.
Wait, no. It was still Garon because... Wasn't Garon Justice Minister before? Before? I mean, during the assassination, Amara was still queen at the time. Justice Minister Inga? So then Dirk's innocent of both charges? Fine dragons, they've been right all along.
Nahira?
Does he know? What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karkul Kurain was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... You, Queen Garon. What? Oh, right. She served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. Guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Eminence. It's you, isn't it?
This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing?
Because she would ascend to the throne. Classic. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara? That's why she tried to assassinate her.
I find this all very hard to swallow.
Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants, always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it then. You conceal the truth and use me for your own designs. Oh, Nayuda, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall be I who decides Rafa's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now, kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Say no, Nayuda. You can do it. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed in you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have been deceiving me all the while. Nayuda, you dare defy me.
Up to them!
Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga.
Retract, you say?
Dirk, the final piece of evidence he left behind is to release Nayuda from his suffering, and now he's finally free. Oh shit. He's unbound. In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed it all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you've awakened me with your demonstration of our Father's creed. Are you gonna go fucking Super Saiyan? You know, you let go of the spiritual weights, so to speak? Oh shit. Hell yeah.
A dragon never yields.
I mean, a little late, but good to see you back. I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garon. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution. Ah, insolent fool. Now even you prattle on about revolution. Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems you're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Bro, you're early? Yeah, I am. I have a flight early tomorrow, so I can't really afford to stay up too late for this. Please understand. Yeah. Now, if we could prove Garon's guilt, we could continue on down that road towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of.
Your Eminence, you've been accused of a crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense?
Oh, she got her nails back. Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cups could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything.
Why, I believe you're right.
Final case? Hell yeah. Finally here. We're gonna beat the damn game today. Ugh. But we know she's guilty. I'm gonna take some water first. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? Is there? Kind of boned. Fortunately, this photo is the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as the evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. Still up the seance, though. However, now that Prosecutor Sadmati has retracted his confession, we'll have to redeliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garon, defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul Kurain. But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garon was the killer? I mean, everything we had so far, until Nayuda decided to confess. But now that he isn't anymore, then it should be clear. There is still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is? Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood was spattered onto the killer. So the blood-soaked clothes would have had to have been dealt with somehow. They're still around somewhere, then.
Objection!
I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of almost anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence? Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garon, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. Entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told to not mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Yup, nothing at all. Raifa, you would not dare. When the queen headed into the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No. No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard.
Objection!
The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. Garon wasn't carrying any clothes. She must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Wait, isn't there like a secret passage in the courtyard that Albie used? Money? That is not Phoenix Wright. Who is that? Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. That's not Phoenix Wright. That's I don't know. Penis wrong. There you go. Where they'd never be found, huh? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. Wait, where? In the water? Or in the tomb? Well, I mean, wait, no, Dirk was already dead. So he was still wearing his clothes. He was in the sarcophagus. He could just put his clothes back. Yeah, okay.
Take that!
I was like, where are you gonna find a second piece of clothes? No, it's the original one. You just fucking stripped the guy.
Tomb, you believe the clothing was in there?
This is the most obvious thing ever. Guess it's the only place it can be.
Very well, where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden?
Take that!
Of course, that makes perfect sense. Clothes weren't simply hidden. They were returned to where they belonged.
And by that, you mean...
The killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they are somehow connected to this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. But I believe you already knew that. Yeah, we can just test the blood on there. The blood on the sleeve already looks brighter than the one on the chest, right? So that must be newer blood. So the newer blood has to be Inga's. The older blood has to be Dirk's. And we know that when Dirk was murdered by Inga, Inga didn't shed his own blood at all, so easy peasy. What's this bloodstain?
Take that!
The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also some blood spatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood spatter came from... Go, right?
Take that!
The killer wore these clothes during the murder, and the blood spatter must have come from Minister Inga. I had thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get those stains analyzed right away. Emma, back to work. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. That could very well have been hidden by a third party. But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Garon hiding the clothes does not exist. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. Ah, yes. I completely forgot. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. Oh! Damned yourself. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why? You insolent? Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you were the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Kurain? Do not think for one moment of such impudence. I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence, because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garon. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Oh? How many times you break your nails this trial? Jeez. Me? Face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh? Her nails are back again. Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. Oh shit, she's got Amara. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty. Oh, right, him too. What? That can't be. Can it?
By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, you would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal, and the Defense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play.
That law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it.
When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet, as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. And as you said earlier, no one is above the law.
Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. So let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free. And yet, I don't see any other choice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Garon of the crime she has committed. But...
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? You would still insist on accusing me. And as ruling sovereign of Korean, I will proclaim the following. Oh my god, she's too OP. All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear, for the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Korean, I command that you be put to death at once. Oh shit. No. What the? The way he turns around. Isn't this going on a bit too far? Apollo, hands up. You don't get a shot, do you? Why is the Garon Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death. Oh, there you go.
Objection!
More voice acting. Love to see it. Come on, this is insane, even for you. You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a court of law. You can't just order our execution without due process. Now look, Apollo, truth and due process are certainly important, but so is your life. So think before you speak again. But Phoenix, right, is just like, shut up, dude. You realize what we're in right now. Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm, too. What am I supposed to do? How am I to win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? Is it your life or your accusation, lawyer? You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garon? No, we can't give up. A dragon never yields. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know what saying you're constantly reminding me and Athena of? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never fail to surprise me, Apollo. In Nayuda, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids? A dragon never yields. Apollo. They are not merely words. They are what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I can agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know. If there's any time to remember them, it's now. This new music? Okay. It would seem, Apollo, that not one, but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. Oh my god. Dragon and phoenix? I get it. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling? Even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Fortunately for you, no. I won't let fear or even the law force me to abandon the pursuit of truth, because there is another saying in my country: the truth will set you free. Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do through this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk threads. We won't be intimidated by unjust laws or give in to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not part of my playbook. There's only one path before us: revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Korean, then your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleeding know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garon is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself deprives its power from the authority of the crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. All right, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. And why aren't they shooting us right now? Don't she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. We could just have Amara come back. It's like... because Amara has nothing on Garon now, because Amara did all this to protect Rayfa. Can't give up, not now. We have to keep on fighting to the end. Can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. Bring in the old queen, I guess. Oh, Brain Blast. I'd rather we not stick with an absolute monarchy, but, you know, if it gets Garon out, I suppose. The only way to out of this, dethrone Garon right now. Rayfa, minus channeling ability, the Founder's Orb. I mean, maybe the Founder's Orb? But then that also uses Maya's channeling ability for her to channel it. Or maybe Amara's gonna use the Founder's Orb, I don't know. It's probably the Founder's Orb, right? Probably the more likely of the two. And then we can have Amara be the channeling. Or the channeler. Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution in Korean's future. In light of Garon's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rise to the throne. Ingo definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. Ingo couldn't have channeled the Founder, even after abducting Miss Faye, after all. Only the Queen can channel spirits. Did he know the Founder's name? I don't think he knew either. Oh, true. I forgot that he was planning to use Miss Faye. He didn't know the Founder's name. And you couldn't see faces either, so it's not like you could see the... Well, I mean, he wasn't going to do the channeling. so it doesn't matter if you can't see faces. It means only the people who currently know her name are Garon and Amara. Even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the founder. So that begs the question, why is Garon so fixated on the orb? Garon is obsessed with the orb because she wants to clear her name as a national treasure. But she can't channel spirits? I guess, because all this was dependent on Amara doing the channeling for the cover-up. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... If she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garon can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Okay, but if you can't channel spirits, how are you supposed to, like, channel the founder to get power? That makes no sense at all. Are you gonna hope that Amara channels her and then, like, the founder is like, oh, yes, my queen, I will, or my child, I will bestow upon you channeling powers. Oh, she fucking smite her. Is that why she let Amara live? Stand in for her when the time came to channel spirits? So if Garon can't channel spirits, she'd have no claim to the throne. Okay, that was simpler than I thought. I didn't realize that. Or I didn't even come up with the possibility. Garon's Defense Culpability Act was established under the Crown's authority, but if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she's enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. You claim the authority. The Crown? You, of all people? That's a good one. Have you truly lost it, lawyer?
Indeed, I would have the defense to explain himself at once.
It's easier, Magistry. Why is Queen Garon so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? And why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite of channeling in her place? The answer to these questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. I still do not follow, Apollo. Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead?
The defense will explain himself at once.
In Korean, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But, Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you've passed would be rendered null and void. And you, the Garon Royal Guard. You seem to be rather enamored with the Queen's supposed spiritual power. What if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk. Impossible. Everyone knows only spirit mediums can become queen.
Objection!
Such blasphemy. What grounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Garon, if you think I'm just out to defame you, prove it. Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly.
Take that!
Yeah, channel her. Do it. All the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess of Korean.
The Holy Mother will appear before us. What a great miracle. Praise be, Your Eminence. May your mighty spiritual power show us the way.
Enough! Enough, I say, you mindless cretins!
Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot?
No, no, no! I want a lawyer. Summon one at once.
Objection!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Korean. You can thank your Defense Culpability Act for that.
Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon her holiness so that she may guide us.
I've heard enough of you. Out of my sight, all of you. Clap, 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 clap. If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. We're waiting. You sneaky, underhanded wretch of a lawyer. That reminds me, you said something to this effect earlier. It is time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Indeed, of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson so she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Oh shit, the big slam. You do a mega point? Garon, your reign of terror ends here. The fucking goons just topple over. The point was too powerful. Very well. Demonstrating my facility as a spirit medium is easy enough. Behold, the magnificent power to commune with the dead. Oh, what are we gonna do? We're gonna see her flop? O great spirit of the founder who dwells in the Twilight Realm, heed the secret covenant of the orb. Appear here before us. She's gonna fall in. She's gonna fall in and it'll be like a portal to the Twilight Realm. That's my prediction. She looks constipated, man. How graceful. Oh, they're just gonna fucking shoot her here? Oh. Mind broken? Looks like the Holy Mother decided to end your suffering early.
Prosecutor Salmati, how is Her Eminence?
It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother.
I see. But her attempt at spirit channeling failed, did it not?
Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. One of the longest breakdowns ever. Yeah, that had a whole, like, cutscene. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later.
And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Ringa in order to prevent this coup d'etat. What of her attempt to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago?
Easy, she wanted the throne. To become queen herself? Maybe she just craved power and attention. She likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to perform the rite of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon fear and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants. So then, she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Garon in the first place. Especially 14 years ago, before Rafa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Korean think she was dead? While she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garon. My mother is a gentle soul by nature, and loves her sister dearly. So when Garon told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That is why she acquiesced so obediently to Garon's request to keep channeling for her. Man, Amara was a doormat the whole time. Until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is. So that's what happened. Since Rafa was being held captive, I imagine Mara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Rafa's servant Nena. No doubt only deepened her love for her daughter. She'd do anything to keep her safe. Oh, it was our mom the whole time. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her.
Well, that was a case for the ages. Prosecutor Samadi has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga, as has Mr. Dirk Samadi in the assassination attempt on Queen Amara. Now then, I think it's high time I handed down my verdict on Dirk and Nayuta Samadi. Not guilty.
Yeah! Oh, no confetti. I guess this is fine. How many more butterflies do you want, Nayuta? She's gone. Dude, the shot of the empty stand is so funny. Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Nayuta's smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening.
With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned.
It's over. It's finally over. Way to go, Apollo. I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom. Oh, that was a shocker, all right. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go on down there and teach them a lesson myself. Oh, shit. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. I would have liked to see that. Remind me never say or do anything to deserve a My Athena double suplex. You did a fine job out there today, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. No, it was all you. That perseverance and never say die attitude you showed was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What? From me? That's a laugh. There are any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will and inner strength forged in countless trials, you overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I'm sure he's blushing right now. I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. Nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo. You finally won his seal of approval. But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Mr. Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. That was pretty cool, Polly. Wait, what is Trucy doing here? That's gotta be Trucy, yeah. Trucy? Trucy, what are you doing here? It's magic. I'm afraid she employed the old let's stow away Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. You can do that? What? Though it certainly explained why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed it was heavier than usual. Trucy, do you even have a passport? My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini-universe in there. I can produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Hornhead? Barbed head? I realized. Paula's family is so big. I'm forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garon. That decision was yours and yours alone. That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity. Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm kind of disappointed by Garon's breakdown. I would have liked to see her, like, getting dragged to the Twilight Realm or something. As punishment. I mean, she was in the pool already. They could have added, like, the pool turning black and then, like, pulling her down. I think that would have been cool. And you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, Benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. Ha! I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more. She sure bounced back quick. So, Your Benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins? You are the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara. Yes, my mother, Her Eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining. If you can call it that. It sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet or I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal. My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother. Sounds like there was no love lost there. But you cleared Dirk's name. My true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear. So, what's next with the Kingdom of Wright? You lost your queen, so... Her Benevolence, Princess Raifa, will ascend to the throne. Nayuda, she can't channel spirits yet, right? Indeed. Which is why I will act as regent on her behalf, until the day she comes into her own. Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Sad... Is she going to say what I think she is? Oni-chan! What are you looking at, you horn-headed nincompoop? Oh, ouch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuda and Queen Amara for the time being. Wait, Queen Amara's... I guess Queen Amara's okay. The DC Act is, like, nullified since, Garon is gone. So I was like, oh, Queen Amara's, things aren't looking good for her if Amara is, if Garon is convicted, but no, it's fine. Queen Amara, our country offers counsel to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day, but for now, I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity. So then, she's going to be alright? Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. Oh right, she was shot. I almost forgot. You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nayuda beat the charges against them. You got the revolution rolling to boot. A revolution? Dirk, I guess you were right to believe in me after all. Yes, sir. There's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. And the name of Apollo Justice will go down in Corania's history. Yeah, right. Oh, Nayuda, before I forget, there's something I wanted to give you before I head back home. You wish to give me something? Yes, as Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this. His badge, of course.
Take that!
This is Dirk's. I have to get back to the States. And I know you're a prosecutor and all. But as the man that's going to change Korean, it's only right that you have it. Change Korean. Yeah, in Dirk's place. Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There is something I would like to show you. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. Are you trying to get me to stay? The old office. So why'd you bring us here, Nayuda? Apollo, I want you to stay here in Korean. Just like Dirk wanted. What? But why? We've lost our queen and our kingdom stands at a crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system, naturally. That includes the introduction of lawyers to the court. Wait, you're not asking me to? Yes, I want you to take over this law office, with you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor. We shall rebuild Korean's legal system from the ground up. You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in. Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. This is way out of my league. The revolution is still in its infancy, but it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? I mean, I guess he kind of has to. Come on, AJ, you know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought. Of course, I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Wright Anything Agency to consider too. Nah, Phoenix is gonna let him go. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Phoenix is like, you're fired. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey. Mr. Wright. So is this it? Is this the end of Apollo's arc? No more Apollo in the games? I mean, Ace Attorney 7 isn't out yet. Hasn't even been announced, but if this is going where I think it's going, then there won't be any Apollo in sight. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't get on board with this. Athena? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right. I won't be the same without you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Oh, you're abandoning your sister. Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy. I say sister, but I don't think they even know that they're related yet. Athena, Trucy. Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whatever choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. You hope they do an Apollo spinoff? That'll be pretty cool. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Wright Anything Agency? Or should I stay in Korean and help Naida rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Korea? I'm playing as Phoenix now. I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey, guys! I know that booming voice anywhere. I made it. Wait, he's going? Apollo, you're here. Does this mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. You're staying, aren't you? Mr. Wright. Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. He's like, man, fuck this country. I'm going back to America. They have way better burgers. But, oh, never mind. The but. I've decided to stay in Korean. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. Can't let this sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo, I never felt prouder. Proud to have had such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this, everyone. And I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you, so knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm gonna support your choice all the way. Thanks, Juicy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Troop Gramarye proud. I'll be cheering for you too, Apollo. Don't think you're the only one with the room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on. I wonder if they'll do like a time skip thing for Apollo, like a new design and stuff. You bet, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna miss you too, Apollo. But can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. Guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the US again someday. Till then, you know where to find me. Huh. The legacy of those who came before us. It's handed down from parent to child. Now I understand why this game was labeled as part of the Apollo Justice trilogy series. From mentor to disciple, we must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we, in turn, can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd
Oh my
leave
god,
the
that
nest
voice
someday.
always throws me off. Oh.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it.
Oh shit.
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Cute. Why are you looking at me like that, bro? Huh? Oh shit. How does a butterfly like that even work? How would its wings be growing like that? Justice Law Offices. It's quite the name. And that's it. Ooh, this music. It's funky. Go on, Mr. Hat. Introduce yourself. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. I wanted to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut. It seems Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him in the dust. We're fierce rivals, you know. I can't let him hog the spotlight. It's just not the same without Polly, is it? Yeah, I kind of miss him too. I know. You should go visit him in Korean. This music slaps. I did it. Finally. After so long. What can I do for Korean? It came to me. Tourism. It's what? I'll help develop Korean's tourism industry and bring in more visitors. I'll add a night tour center around the Founder's Orb. Ooh. And make a museum dedicated to the fine dragons. Boy, the ideas just keep coming. You like jazz? I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky. Thank you, but Prosecutor Samadi says he's in need of me, so starting tomorrow I'll be working in Korean for a while. Look at it this way. It's sure to be an educational experience. True. Plus, I can't let that kid show me up either. Holy shit. Nayuda has a crush on you so bad, Emma. I look forward to our next investigation upon your return. Oh, it's those two. Damn that forehead farce, ever since he revealed the secret behind our teleportation trip. Show requests have totally dried up. Be out in the street if we don't find work soon. Maybe we should take Trucy up on our offer. She said we could make our debut as magicians at the Wright Anything Agency. Shut up! I'm gonna show her up someday. And on my own terms. Like fires you up like a bitter rivalry. It's nice to see those two again. They're cute. This game was good. They really used everything from the previous games. I enjoyed that. All the gimmicks. They even made the mood matrix less unbearable. It was never unbearable, but it was never my favorite part. Korean is just like this child right now, full of life and limitless possibilities. I have faith that Dirk and my darling Taurus will... Okay, have no fear. We'll see Dirk's legacy through to the end. Just for Junior there, here's the secret to being a man among men. Bold, the dot pose. Wah, wah. Oh, that's the baby. Haha, come on, little guy, don't be shy. They named their baby Faith, or Feta. I've been pulling double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm gonna make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am. She's quaking in her boots. Widget. I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this. Athena Stonk's moving up. Oh, it's these two. Bucky, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state? Don't be mad, Simon. There's a huge party at the shop yesterday, but it should say fine. Here, try some. Uh-oh. You great big pillock. I just lost my appetite because of you. It's hard to find good help these days. Wouldn't you say, old chum? Who's he talking to, old chum? Apollo? Athena? That trial the other day really inspired me. They even created a Rakugo routine based on Shisho's case. It's a mystery story that'll keep flipping their audience's thinking out on its head. It's called The Scary Udon Noodle. Hee. You're giving away too much in the title. Keeping the tornado school going? It's our way of paying penance and repaying our debt to Shisho. And that includes Rakugo training for that kid, Owen. This is nice. Oh, what is that? With my new mobility, even ancient ruins and their fancy-smancy Tomb Raider traps are no match for me. Fire! The university where my father worked is letting me help with a dig. One day, I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization and dedicate it to him. Who are you talking to? I'll also be going on a dig in Korean soon. That private justice had better not be slacking off. Who are you living with? More important question. I'm gonna be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae clan. Aw. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be to revolutionize Kurain Village. Ooh, I have an idea. How about opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city girls wear? Well, look who's all grown up now. But I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover. Pearl new design next game? Hype? Mother, now that you've stopped being Nana, I want a new Nana. I wonder if there would be anyone willing to serve you in that capacity. You're quite a handful after all. I am? With a simple wave of your hand, you would have your attire changed, meals prepared, and even your teeth brushed. To think I put such undue burden upon you, you Grand Priestess of Korean. If you're not Reifa, you'll have plenty of time in which to make amends. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs. Nice seeing those two get along. Localization director, Janet Sue. Yeah, she really did a lot of work. You know, for all the quirks that Ace Attorney has in its localization, it does pretty well. Especially with like the dialogue and stuff. Braidhead, even where she trembles and her face turns red when she speaks to me. What have I done to deserve such animosity? Well, it's true that I'm merciless within the Hall of Justice. To be given such a dismissive name, it's entirely uncalled for. What am I to do? I should consult Apollo about this. He wants to be called Oni-chan so bad. Big man himself. How's he doing, Mr. Wright? Great. He's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He even has his own practice called Justice Law Offices. Thank you. This wouldn't have been possible without you. Oh, before I forget. I made a copy of this photo for you. Photo? Oh. Who is this? Jove. Who am I? It's so good to see him again. What? It's about time. Don't you think it's about time we told him the truth? After all, we've both grown into fine young people right now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew. What? Knew what? Huh? Phoenix, what do you know? Who is that? Paulo and Tracy's mom? Oh shit. The mom that ditched them all. A fucking deadbeat mom. Yeah, that makes sense. Who else knew Jove? And Phoenix. Round of applause for Spirit of Justice up against this goober. Can we skip this? Guess I can't. Oh, we get to look at the pretty animation. Edgeworth Games next? Probably. Either Edgeworth or Great Ace Attorney. Not sure what to tackle next. I might not go into the next game right away though. Oh, it's the Colossi. Don't want to burn myself on this series too fast. It's nice to finally get through the the main series games. Dude, they really popped off with the animation. That breakdown was so funny. The shoujo ass expression. Oh, the mega slam into the super point. Blow him away. Good job, Capcom. Letter from Apollo? Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. Sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy.
Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice?
Oh, shit. It's just, I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Dude, he's the only one in the country. I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh, please. Are you going to help me rebuild Kurain's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through with this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides, those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. Huh?
I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation, and being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimate it will only add about 16 clients to your caseload.
Huh? Huh? Oh, wait just 1 minute. I've been handing out advertisements for you in your office. They read, from legal advice to investigating, extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice... Free? I've already received requests from 380 new clients. Who needs to get paid more than this? I'm gonna have to say something, aren't I? Say the line, Apollo, say the line. I trust you did your Cords of Steel exercises this morning. Well, go on. There's no need to hold back.
Ha 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 ha. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today.
Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. Oh my god, they're teasing it so bad. Just say it. Say the line. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of. Oh my god, you can yell into the mic? What happens if I say objection?
Objection!
Holy shit, it worked. Okay, that's cute. The end. Illustrations and anime cutscenes galleries have been unlocked. Cool. Well, that was Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Let's look at the illustrations. It's probably everything from the cases, right? Yeah. Cancelled. Cancel culture strikes again. It's all just the official case art. I thought we'd see like concept art or something, but yeah. She's fucking dead. This is a good game. Big step up from Dual Destinies, I must say. Man, Dual Destinies really had some snoozers of cases, I really have to say. But yeah. That'll be it for me. Since there's no game left to play aside from the DLC. We'll get to the DLC eventually if it's worth playing. I don't know. I'll look into it. But, yeah, I'll be on break for the next few weeks. Probably be back after the new year. I haven't played the DLC? No, I haven't. I just played through the base game start to finish. Yeah, I'll be back shortly after the new year. So, don't miss me too much. Hope you have a great rest of your year. Oh, well, thanks, Money. As for games I might play, I still have Persona, and I'll think about what other game I want to play. Aside from that, maybe I'll look into streaming a multiplayer game, you know? Just something I can do consistently, instead of just like cycling through a bunch of single player games. Yeah, that's all for now. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Stay safe and be well. See you later.